For the first time since 1979, the Arkansas Razorback baseball team playing for a national title. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us for Arkansas Today. I am Aaron Nolan. It's safe to say the excitement around the entire state is building. 6 p.m. cannot get here fast enough tonight. That's why we have Drew Ammon live in Omaha. Drew, it's been a long tournament. How are those Hog fans holding out being there in Nebraska?
I tell you what, I was talking to Hunter Yurachek the other day, Aaron, and the fact is they are really out in full force, and he thinks that the fan base will simply dominate things here as far as Arkansas against Oregon State. You're going to see so much red sprinkled throughout TD Ameritrade Park. Now, in terms of this matchup, again, this is an SEC Pac-12 matchup, and again, Arkansas, a team just 2 wins away now from the national title. It's first in school history. Again, Arkansas with a win tonight will move with one win from that title. Again, this is a best-of-3 series. Wednesday would be the game 3 if necessary. But Dave Van Horn yesterday had an opportunity to reflect on this run for Arkansas. 47 wins on the season.
You know, it's special to be sitting up here, and I mentioned that at the beginning. There's a lot of, former players that have gone through our program over the years that have made it to Omaha, but haven't had the opportunity to play for a championship. That it means a lot to them. It means a lot to our players, obviously.
And the thing is, too, you got Blaine Knight on the mound, so you feel really good about your chances if you're Arkansas. Blaine Knight is 13-0 on the season now. In terms of Blaine's outing, his last time around that was against the Texas Longhorns. He only went 5 innings, so you got to feel good about Blaine's chances. Again, this is a guy who really has had good endurance all season, and he pitched 8 innings in a game not too long ago, a couple weeks back. So you're looking at Blaine Knight as perhaps the right guy you need, obviously, as he's going to be on 8 days rest tonight as Arkansas takes on Oregon State. Oregon State, you got to think, starting pitching-wise, is kind of worn down right now, and really they're still looking for more quality starts out of their guys. They really only had 1 quality start out of a starting pitcher thus far in this College World Series. Special coverage coming your way, Aaron, throughout the night. In fact, 4:30 to 5, we're going to have additional coverage here on KARK. Back to you.
Drew Ammon reporting there. Obviously, a little bit of rain going on for Drew. We're going to continue to follow that story. If rain becomes a factor, that game gets moved around like we've seen from last week at the College World Series. Picture Nation not going anywhere. They're going to stay right there and get it all for you. Still waiting to hear if the Little Rock Air Force Base will house some immigrant children. Federal officials toured the base last week. Actor George Takei, who was at an internment camp in Arkansas in the 40s, opposes children being housed anywhere in Arkansas. This afternoon, we hear from that actor.
Now that Donald Trump has rescinded his zero-tolerance policy, the children are being scattered throughout the country, making it even more complicated to reunite the families. So this is a new low in American history.
Another story we'll continue to follow. Nearly a dozen people are now without a home. 2 fires forcing those people out over the weekend in Arkansas. The first fire started around 9 o'clock yesterday morning. It's in the Little Rock. It spread to a duplex next door. 30 minutes later, there was another fire. It's believed a wire in a wall may have started that one.
We're trying to figure it out slowly, minute by minute, hour by hour, I guess. Just taking things slowly and praying.
Red Cross is helping 10 people impacted by those 2 fires. Little Rock Fire still trying to figure out what caused the first fire. Investigators in Memphis are working to find out what started a fire at a funeral home over the weekend. We're told a service was about to start when the fire started. Everyone did get out without being hurt. Fire officials say lightning from overnight storms may be to blame. 2 people are dead in a small plane crash near Detroit. The flight took off from an airport in Arkansas. 3 people were in the plane when it went down around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. A man heard the crash, found the plane on fire in an empty lot, and amazingly, he managed to pull someone from the wreck.
He said, "Please get me out, I'm burning it up. Get me out of here, I'm burning it up." I said, "Oh my God." So the more he hollered, the more I started beating that door with that axe until I got it open.
We don't know the condition of the surviving victim. A spokesperson for the FAA says the pilot reported a landing gear problem and low fuel. The FAA and the NTSB are investigating. A Central Arkansas woman says she feared a man tried to kidnap her while she was filling up at a gas station. It happened Thursday night at an Exxon truck stop in Cabot. Sarah Casasola started to feel uneasy, looked up and saw a man staring at her. When she tried to get in her car, she said he quickly came over reaching for her arm. She was able to get into the car, drive away, but he followed.
Van was slowly driving down Highway 5, and then he circled back and came back up again. And so at that point, I knew this man was hunting me like a lion hunts a gazelle.
Now, according to her, the man had dark hair, shaved on the sides with longer hair on that top with blonde highlights. Now, the van was champagne colored with blinds, tinted window, and silver stripes down the side. It also had Nevada license plates. If you see it, see something like it, call police. It's been 2 months since an EF2 tornado swept through the Mountainburg area in northwest Arkansas. It damaged 160 structures, leaving 2,000 without power. After about more than 6 weeks of recovery, the town staple is back up and running. Dairy Dream has been in Mountainburg since '52. Its ice cream-shaped sign was blown off during the storm.
Tornado may have changed the terrain and knocked trees and blown houses over, but you can't take the heart of the people. That'll never change them.
The community there is still rebuilding, adding new homes and renovating the older ones. Well, this week, your last chance to be a Toys R Us kid. Stores are going to be closing for good by Friday. Arkansas stores have been liquidating since April. Right now, you can find most items at 70% off their normal price. Sadly, not much is left. I was in a store Saturday. I found some coloring books. That was about it. But if you do feel like digging, folks report there's good deals to be found. After soaring up 42 cents a gallon, gas prices are going down 6 cents down last week. The new regular grade average is $2.95, much cheaper here in Arkansas. Experts say don't expect the trend to continue. OPEC members met last week and said they would increase output of oil, but the increase was not as much as Wall Street had anticipated. From Miami to Los Angeles, World Without Orphans is a group on a cross-country mission. They made a pit stop here in the capital city over the weekend. The group's leader is from the Ukraine and has adopted dozens of children ranging in age. They have already traveled through Europe and Asia and now have seen more than 200 children given new homes.
So this is the message that you can do it. You know, I think a lot of times there's just a lot of different myths, a lot of different worries going around with people thinking about adopting, and we're just here to tell you that you can do it.
They have between 8 and 10 people ride about 70 miles a day. Now that they are in the South, they say the days are starting earlier because, well, it's hot outside. Next news from around the state coming up. An Arkansas lake is changing its name because of the College World Series. I'm okay with it. I think you will be too.